Shalom from Yerushalayim. My name is Miriam White. I am honored and excited to be learning with you today. This evening and tomorrow we will be welcoming in Rosh Chodesh Kislev, and it couldn't have come at a better time. When the world is so dark and confused, we are yearning and hoping to find some light for a brighter and more hopeful future. I'd like to share with you some words from Rabbi Jonathan Sachs, Zichrono Livracha, who passed away just a few weeks ago, about the concept of light and how it can inspire us during these challenging and dark times. Rabbi Sachs writes a beautiful essay called The Light of War versus the Light of Peace, where he talks about a very interesting halacha. He quotes the Rambam, Maimonides, as saying the following: "The command of Hanukkah lights is very precious. One who lacks the money to buy lights should sell something, or if necessary, borrow, so as to be able to fulfill the mitzvah." Rabbi Sachs then goes on to say, well, what if you're in the following scenario? It's Erev Shabbos Chanukah, and you see that you don't have enough candles to do the mitzvah of Hadlakat Nerot on Shabbos and Hadlakat Ner for Chanukah. What do you do? Do you do Shabbos candles or do you do Chanukah candles? So he says that logic would almost dictate that you would think Chanukah candles. We don't have this halacha from the Rambam talking about Ner Shabbos, that we'd have to sell something or make arrangements or borrow in order to fulfill this mitzvah. But we have it with Hanukkah, so we would assume since it's such an important mitzvah, then we would light our Hanukkah candles. But that's not the halacha. The halacha is that if we only had one candle and we can only do one mitzvah, we can either do Hadlaka Nerot on Shabbos or Hadlaka Nerot on Hanukkah. We do Hadlaka Nerot for Shabbos. We do Shabbos candles. And he's perplexed. Why? Why is it that Hadlakat Nerot for Shabbos wins the day over Hadlakat Nerot for Hanukkah? He goes on to explain, why is it that we're lighting these candles in the first place? So for Hanukkah, we know it's to represent the two miracles that take place on Hanukkah. The miracle of the war, where the Hashmonaim were able to defeat the Yevanim, and they were able to regain sovereignty in our Jewish homeland. But we also know the second miracle, when they came to the Beis HaMikdash to relight the menorah, they only found a pach shemen, a small jug filled with oil to be able to last for one day, and the miracle was that it lasted 8 days. So every year, we remind ourselves of this miracle by lighting the Chanukiah, and so the miracle of the war and the miracle of the light is represented by these candles that we light every year on our Chanukiah. What is the representation of light, or why do we light these Shabbos candles every week? So we know that it's for Shalom Bayis, for Oneg Shabbos, so that our family will have light in our home and will be able to experience the pleasures of Shabbos together as a family unit. Says Rabbi Sachs, this is the key in understanding one of Judaism's most fundamental values and principles. That although we had a tremendous military and remarkable miracle happen to our people, our nation, during the time of Hanukkah, that only becomes second to the fact that every week we have the opportunity to create peace and harmony amongst our family and friends on Shabbos. The Shabbos candles represent Shalom Bayis. They represent the ability to come together as a family and to experience peace every single week. Says Rabbi Sachs, that was a fundamental understanding of Judaism. And in his most eloquent way, he says it like this: why did Judaism, among the civilizations of the ancient world, survive? Because it valued the home more than the battlefield, marriage more than military grandeur, and children more than generals. Peace in the home mattered to our ancestors more than the greatest military victory. So although the excitement of Hanukkah is to celebrate the miracle and the accomplishment of the military victory of our people and the nace that took place during that time, it only comes second to the fact that we truly believe the light of the Shabbos candles come and teach us about Shalom Bayis on a weekly basis. I think this is a powerful and most significant message during this time. In a world that's gone dark and that's gone, unfortunately, so tense with this one saying that they're right, this one saying that they're right, and not ever finding any middle ground. And being in a time where there's confusion and uncertainty all around us, we're yearning for light. Now it's true, the light of Hanukkah will come in the month of Kislev and will give us a path to a brighter future. But we shouldn't forget that every week we have the most remarkable opportunity to bring light into our own homes. And I think about that phrase, be the change in the world you wish to see. If we want to see peace in the world, if we want to see a world with a brighter future, with more light in it, we have to start doing that within our own homes, making sure that there's shalom bayis, making sure that we see and we come to agreements with one another to make sure that they become the models to the rest of our communities and our places that we live, and to the world at large. But it's that light of the Shabbos candle that ultimately inspires us on a weekly basis to be able to come together. So my hope and my tefillah for this coming month of Kislev is that we should be inspired by the light that we have on a weekly basis, the light that we are going to experience this month on a miraculous basis. And we hope that as we go through it, we should be zocha to experience the true light of the ultimate geula, and it will be because of our hard work in bridging together unity, coming together with peace for the entire world. And I wish all of you a Chodesh Tov and many opportunities to learn together in the future. All the best.